Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson, you're watching Nature Now. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Today continues the series that I've been creating for you guys since we started with the winter blast chaos that happened all across the country, including South Florida. And down here, we don't normally get those type of cold weather, so we had to run and do the best we can to try to keep our orchids safe from getting all yellow afterwards, because those kinds of shifts that are so drastic can make all your leaves turn yellow. It doesn't necessarily kill your plants, but it could really damage the leaves, and it looks really awful and sad. So I did step by step everything I did, and this is probably the final step of what I needed to do, and then everything else is just going to be maintenance from there on. But this is the feeding. This is where I actually feed my plants, and I've been looking forward to this because they have not eaten in months. So now that it's nice and warm and it's sunny and it's perfect, and they're starting to come out of their, hibernation from all that crazy cold blast, I'm going to start feeding them. Now I am getting and experiencing some yellowing leaves. That is normal. If you guys are getting it here and there, it's normal. It's just that it's very hard for these plants not to suffer with a shift like that. And some of my plants, I actually had to leave them out here. I couldn't take them inside. They were just way too big. So today I'm using Epsom salt, KLN, which is a root developer. It's a SuperThrive product. And I got this from Ophi's. And they're the ones that kind of talked me into trying to use this, and they told me that this would actually make your roots develop much stronger, especially if you have, like, I have some things that I put on my tamarind wood mounts. For you guys that have been following me, you know what I'm talking about. And so this is really good to spray on them, so that way it could cause the roots to grow faster. Like, I have a Schomburgkia that's already rooting, and it's only been there not even a month and a half or two. That Laz helped me put it together. It's already, the roots are coming out of the mesh and out into the actual mount. So it's always good if you're going to mount some stuff to use this kind of product, because you want those roots to start quick. Don't worry about blooming at that point or anything like that. What you want is root establishment first and foremost. And then I'm going to hit it with 20-20-20, which is a great product. I also get my my 20-20-20 at Ophi's, but I realized I didn't have any. But thank God, this was something from Tangled Roots that he's doing over there as far as different foods, and he gave me a 20-20-20, which I have used, and it's really good. But somehow I forgot I had it in the back, and thank God. It was like, oh, I heard the angels choir. If not, I would have had to, like, go to Ophi's today and go shopping, and I didn't want to leave the house. I wanted to do this video and the feeding. And regular SuperThrive. SuperThrive, you don't want to put that much. I put droppers. Wherever my dropper went, here it is. I put drops. Drops are the best thing to put. I put about 8 to a gallon. It's more than enough. Some people put more, but since I'm combining it with other products, you don't want to overdo it. The Epsom salt is going to help your leaves maintain that green. So I'm only going to do about 1 teaspoon a gallon. I'm not filling this. I'll talk about this in a minute. I'm not filling it all the way to the 4.2 gallons. It's too heavy on my back. But I am going to use these 4 products all together, and I'm going to use them like in smaller doses. Like, I'm using the 20-20-20 in 1 teaspoon. Normally people use half a teaspoon, but since I haven't fed them at all, this is going to be the first feeding, and they've already been through several different sprays and things. They're already starting to, take on the strength to metabolize all this stuff. So now it's the time to do it, when it's really nice and hot and warm and the plants are all woken up. So by doing these 4 things, I should get root growth, which is going to do a lot of establishment for the spring and summer. I will get stronger leaves, greener leaves, and I will also promote blooms, even though I'm not using a bloom booster, because by increasing the health of the flower, it'll have more energy to push out those spikes. So it's a win-win. And now this Lewis bought. He bought it for the guava trees because that little pump thing just doesn't work. It's a battery operated one. I never used it. Vax May. It's a very cool looking, like, backpack. It's literally a backpack. So you put it on like a backpack, and then here it has this is the battery. It has a knob. I'm already messing it up. It has a knob on the side where you can, right here, where you can actually this is where you turn it on, and then how much power you want for the spray to come out, because he says that the nozzle is exactly like the pressure cleaner, he says, and it comes out like pretty strong, so you could start low and then increase slowly to where you don't want to, like, how is it that Roxy says, don't spray your orchids, shower them, or something like that. So anyways, I did some measurements. Here are my measuring spoons. They're all in here. I keep them in my little plastic. And I calculated before putting it, just to make sure, because I don't retain numbers. So if you guys want to know, like, let's say 2 gallons of this Epsom salt, I'll be doing only 2 teaspoons. So it's literally, let me see, where's my teaspoon? This is tablespoon, is too much. So you guys can have an idea. I think this is a teaspoon. No, this is half a tablespoon. What did I do with my teaspoons? Oh, I left it over there. Well, here, so you'll get an idea. So a teaspoon is a little bit, I don't know, because I've never used this one as a teaspoon. Actually, I use this one. So a teaspoon would be that much. It's flat, but because this one you can move it up and down, and you can get, so this is exactly 1 teaspoon, this little thing here. So I'm gonna do 2 of these in here, and then 2 of these from the food in here. But then this one, I'm gonna cut it in half. So I'm only gonna do 1 teaspoon, so 1 of these. And then this one, I'm gonna measure, and I'll put it down there to see how much, because I really don't wanna be doing 1 drop, 2 drops if I have to fill it up again. So what I like to do is put all 16 drops in here. Since I'm only doing 2 gallons, it's 8 drops a gallon, to see how much it'll do in 16 drops. So I'll put it down there, and after I mix it, or maybe I'll do it with you guys. All right, so let's do it together, because that was the original idea, to do it together, and I wasn't sure if I was going to mix it with you guys or just, so let's do it so that way for you visual people like me. And it's such a gloomy day. It's so gray. It really is gray. But this backpack makes it bright, and it's green. It's very cool. It looks very like something you'd see in a movie prop, or like if you were to paint it and reconstruct it into a costume, you can make it into something like a stormtrooper type of uniform. All right. So here, there's a screen. So when you put your stuff in there, I know that some people don't use it. I'm one that I don't use it, but you should, because it doesn't clog anything in there. It keeps things from getting into your. So for today, I'm gonna do it, and it's actually gonna mix all the product in the screen dish all the way down, so that way it doesn't clog the product. Never done it like that, but I'm gonna do it like that this time. All right, let's start with what we were saying. So we said it's definitely gonna be a lot less than 1 teaspoon, I can tell you that. I'm gonna do not even half. I think 1/4 of a teaspoon. Well, maybe not. I think half. So let's try half. It's gonna be probably less than that. All right, there's 8. Here's another 8. You know, I had to do this because this slider, when it's liquid, for some reason, you don't really get the correct. I forgot that this slider one, it goes towards the back, so you don't get the correct. So measurement it's best to use. So this is what, pretty much half a teaspoon. If you go a little bit over, it's no big deal. So half a teaspoon is for 2 gallons. Now, because this is liquid, I'm gonna just pour it in there. All right. So now, this one is okay because we're using the entire spoon, and it's only one teaspoon of the KLN, the Root Developer. Woo, I don't want to spill it. All right. All right, so we've done the SuperThrive and the KLN. Let's do the salt first because I don't want to get the blue in the salt. Let me see, I'll probably use something. I'll use this one, it's easier. Because we're using the whole spoon. So a flat, perfectly flat, full spoon. Per gallon. Flat spoon per gallon. I'm sorry, I just couldn't find myself putting it on the screen. It's kind of silly because I see that it's very clean, that's why. I want to tap it. Now the last one, it's the blue one, the 20-20-20, and this is the actual food. Now 20-20-20 is such a staple food. It's like arroz con pollo for plants. For Cubans, arroz con pollo is like a staple food. So this is like, in Cuban version, the arroz con pollo for plants. You'll never see 20-20-20 again, the same way again. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it in here. It's gonna get the screen all blue and ugly. So we have 1 teaspoon and 1 more to go. And remember guys, always flatten your portions. Don't mount, because that adds a lot, believe it or not. And you don't want to overdose your plants. So that's it. That's your mix. Nothing else, nothing more. Let me see if I'll probably fast speed everything. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh my god. I have a pot here, a plant here I have to repot. I knew that was gonna, thank God it didn't go inside my own. As I'm turning it on, I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, did I close that lock? No damage done. This went to something. What was this? Oh, it's because I used the, sorry, I still need to use it anyway. The lid to the SuperThrive. All right. So let me see. I'm doing 8 liters, which is 2 gallons. This is done all in liters, so I'm not gonna take it to 4. 4 would be up here. And it's really cool because it has like a little window there. You see it? So you can actually see the water. Now, I recommend for you guys, when it's like at 1 or 1 gallon or something like that, just remember you have to mix it. So make sure that you mix it before it gets too full. looks really good. It looks really, really good. It looks clear. My very, very first time using this with you guys. I haven't even done a practice run. So if I'm going a little slow, it's because I want to make sure that I don't do anything incorrect. That's it. That's 2 gallons right there. It's weird not having to pump it. No more pump up the base. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around, or should I say flip the focus around, so you guys can see how I spray it. It's no real science to it. You just spray it from top to bottom. But I'm going to get adjusted to all this before I even start recording. So I'll see you on the flip side. All right, guys, so I am ready, set, go. I have the backpack on. It's pretty comfortable. It's a little heavy. It tugs back, but you know, it's better than carrying that other 2 gallon around. So I'm basically carrying the same thing that on my back that I was carrying around on chairs. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first test this. I haven't even turned it on yet. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. It's so silent. It's like a Tesla. Wow, this is like the Tesla of spraying. It's so weird, guys. Really. It feels really, really weird. It's so smooth. Yeah, my partner wasn't kidding when he said, oh, it's so different. When you use it, it's quiet. You don't hear the big noise that my other sprayer made. A pretty big loud noise, and it's kind of cool looking. So see, it makes my job really easy right now. Basically what you want to do when you feed your orchids, you want to really drench them all the way through. You want every area to be flooded, especially the roots in your vandas. You want them to be flooded as much as possible, so that way it could get equal distribution of all that goodness inside their I'm not even looking. I'm kind of crowded in here. I should have pulled this a little bit further back. I try not to hit the blooms. A lot of you guys ask me, do you hit the blooms? That's why I like using the pump spray, because I have a little bit of more control when it comes to fungicide. This, it's not so bad. You know, you can, and it's a light spray, as you can see. It's more of a misting spray. Oh, I'm sorry, can't see. See, it's a misting spray, so it really grabs everything. You don't have to be there on top of the plant for a long time. But if you grab the blooms on this, I don't think it's gonna really do anything to the blooms, because there's nothing really in there that is toxic or can harm it. Now, do you want to go in there and just spray that flower completely with, no, don't do that either, because if you don't need to do it, don't do it. But what you do want to do is spray the dew onto your orchids. So you want to make sure that you see everything dripping. See, when I look at it, everything is dripping from the roots. Because you want to make sure that this goes into the roots of the potted orchids too. You don't just want to like do on top of the leaves, because what happens is you'll get a lot of the leaf the leaf and cane, but you won't really get the bottom of those roots. And what I like to do is, after this is all fed, I do not water for at least 2 days. I let it be, because right now it's not that hot, so I don't water anything for at least 2 days. I let it really absorb. If anything, if it gets a little too warm, excuse me, if it gets a little bit too warm, then I may go and kind of like mist everything, so it just freshens up. But they're doing so well without having to water so much, that why start changing it back to the way it used to be? And I tell you guys a lot of the times, don't go crazy watering your orchids. That's what causes them to die. Even though you think it's not, it is. because too much watering what brings is a lot of infections, fungus, bacteria, and they really don't need that much water all the time. Now in the heavy duty summers, I do like to water my vandas even twice a day sometimes because it gets too hot, but that's in rare situations. By the most part, you don't have to water as much. And now in these cold even the little tiny snaps in the 60 degrees, I don't water them because it's like it's gonna come nighttime and they're gonna be wet and 60s. That's not nice. So what I do is I just let them be. And if I have to water, like today, notice I didn't really pre-soak. I went right into it because this is food. It's not fungicide or anything like that. I wanted it to be pre-soaked, consume its hydration that it needed because it hadn't been watered in almost a week and a half due to the cold snaps. And so now, because the plants seem to be pulling very well, and as you guys can see, there are some little yellows here and there, but it's not that bad. For me, any yellow is bad, but this is not that bad. I'll see you on the next slide. Guys, it is done, finalized, sealed, and approved. Did everything I needed to do in my greenhouse from the moment I put these orchids away to the moment I put them out and fed them and sprayed them with fungicide and sprayed them with Epsom salts. My entire regimen, I put it in a 6-part series. So if you guys want to go back and look at them, there's only one I believe you can't see unless you're a member, but it really doesn't pertain so much the care for orchids. It's more the care of the greenhouse, which is just as important because a clean greenhouse means you're going to have clean plants and you're not going to welcome any pests. So it is very important to keep your greenhouse super clean, as impeccable as possible. I know it's difficult when you start having a collection like this. It gets just almost too overwhelming. But let's use these opportunities that we have to empty out our, it's very windy today. That you hear is the actual tarp. It's so windy. Anyways, I want to tell you guys that Dawn and Julio, the 2 puppies that I had found that showed up here in the front of my house, got adopted. They did get separated, but it was okay because I believe it was Dawn who was overpowering Julio and becoming the alpha dog. All of a sudden, it was like they weren't good together. So they ended up separating them and they both went to beautiful homes. So for those people who adopted them, thank you. And I think it's Julio or Dom. I don't know. Well, one of them already has an adopted sibling. They adopted another puppy, so he's living the life. I saw a photo of him laid out on a little puppy bed with his sibling brother, with his adopted sibling. So that was great news to hear. Boca was a great show. I don't know if I'll put this before or after the Boca show, but the video came out really, really good. There's a lot of great stuff. There's even a video, this showcase. Boca really has some beautiful showpieces, like the vendors do tables with great orchids and stuff that is so hard to find or see in that type of size and color. So for you guys that are members, that's a treat for you guys to see in a members video. Thank you for all of you guys who have become members. Thank you for you guys who have been giving in super thanks. Special thanks to Sal. He's probably like our top viewer right now. Really is engaged in my channel and is so generous with the channel. I just saw him this weekend at Boca, and if you see right here, he took some pictures of, I gave him 3 pieces of the tamarind wood, and he goes, "Don't kill me," because he deconstructed it. I'm like, no, you can do whatever you want. The thing is to have the wood. You can, I just cut him in those pieces, but if you want to reshape them, you don't have to be so literal with the piece. So he cut it and put a beautiful cattleya there, which I believe is the Heaven's Gate from Carl Smith. So anyways, he's been bit by the orchid bug, so he's going crazy, learning, and he wants to absorb everything that's in the orchid world. But it comes with time and with experience, and like he even admitted that orchids teach you patience. So yes, orchids will teach you patience. You can't rush them. It's the one hobby I can tell you cannot rush. Plant keeping and orchid keeping are very slow hobbies. You have to be at their pace because they don't know any other pace. All right, so there is a Buddhist amazing Thailand show coming up very soon, March 26th. I think it's the last weekend of March here in Miami, Florida, in the Redlands. That's going to be a lot of fun, presented to you by Orchids in Bloom from Pam, who always goes to all these great shows and has some of the best display tables. So this show is produced and directed by her and established by her. So it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. She does a whole room that's very Thai inspired, where it's all these, there's so many fowls, and I don't know if she's going to do it this year, but she did last year. It was very good. So that's coming up very soon. Orchid Circus is coming soon. Apopka in April is coming soon, which is my birthday, and I'm going to go to celebrate and spend 4 days over there of nothing but fun with my friends, my orchid friends, and with Carl Smith family and the Orchids in Bloom family. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that. So that's it. I wanted to speak to you now. My next video, it may or not be part of the series, but just to let you know, I'll be using most likely this, which I got. I don't know if you guys remember when I was at Fairchild Tropical Gardens, that we kept on laughing at the name Orchid Opener. Like, what does it open? So apparently it actually does exactly what it says. It brings out more luster in your orchids, and it helps those roots develop as well. So we're going to hit it again with Root Developer, and we're going to do kelp green. That's going to be in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from today, from doing our feeding, I'm going to do kelp green, and I'm going to do orchid opener, and I may do salt again. It all depends. Salt is a good preventative. I may just cut back on the amount and just do half a teaspoon per gallon and do 1 full teaspoon. I think the 2 gallon with the backpack was perfect. It would have been too heavy. And it goes fast because since it sprays a lot and you get into it, it goes fast. So I ended up mixing more than I do with the other pump, which is kind of weird. But I'm okay with that because that means I really drenched and soaked the plants with the feeding, because that's what you want. And I fed everything. I fed everything on my trees. As you guys saw, I had a little bit of a moment with dancing. They were playing music. I was playing music in the background. And they were playing great salsa, and then they were playing great jazz. And I was like, wow, the station's really rocking. So that's basically what I do when I'm here. That's no lie. I dance with my plants and just act silly. So anyways, I will let you go with this. My name is Nelson. You're watching Nature Now. And remember to always keep it green. Stay to the end for more shows.